Welcome to World War II in the Eyes of the Beholder, and today we'll be studying Operation WW2 IEB, or the taking of Denmark, Norway, and Lebensborn. This is World War II in the Eyes of the Beholder. So, this is a four-part series that I'll be doing. I'll be talking about the Battle of Denmark and the Battle of Norway. The Norway battle is too long. I need two sections for it. And then we'll be talking about Operation Lebensborn, which I'll get to in a few episodes. Might be a few weeks too, so be patient. The Battle of Denmark. When I mean the Battle of Denmark, I mean the Battle of Denmark, or Operation WW2 IEB, or Weser exercise. The Weser is a river in northwest Germany. This means crossing the river in an exercise. So, Denmark and Norway. You see, Denmark did have its pros to taking by the Germans, but they were really looking at Norway. And I'll get to that in a few episodes. So this two-part plan is Weser IEB. Two-part, taking of Denmark and then of Norway. So, as was Denmark, so the invasion of Denmark lasted from 5:25 April 9th, 1940 to around 7 a.m. April 9th, 1940. So it started on the same day, April 9th, and it ended on the same day, April 9th. So, with some resistance later in that day. So, Germany invaded with 40,000 troops, 527 aircraft, along with some armored cars, tanks, and motorcycles. The Danish, however, had 14,500 troops, 4 aircraft squadrons, and even though Denmark was neutral, as was Norway, Netherlands, Belgium, all of these states were neutral, but Germany attacked anyway. Germany attacked from air, land, and sea in this certain invasion. The first air drops of the war were in, actually, the attack on Denmark. So, the first air drops of the war involved 2 German divisions of the Fallschirmjäger, very famous paratrooper division that would get very famous later in the war after its numerous accomplishments, to take the Storm Bridge and connect 2 separate islands off the Danish coast. So basically, they just needed to connect the islands, the bigger islands, and they're taking it. So they're just clearing all of Denmark. And it took 2 hours before the Danish government surrendered. So it only took 2 hours with heavier resistance up until 9 o'clock, with still resistance later that day. But otherwise, it only took 2 hours. So multiple amphibious landings also took place to connect and take other Danish islands, with more Germans moving up the landmass of Denmark and taking it with ease. So they have a plan here where they have the main stem of Denmark, the one that goes into the ocean. So they have troops coming up the main stem, they have paratroopers coming from Germany, paratrooping onto important air bases and cities, and then they have ships dropping off men to take other various islands and other important parts of Denmark. So, the government surrendered just after 7 o'clock a.m. Denmark surrendered because it was overwhelmed and there was no way to defeat Germany. And the reason for taking Denmark was to secure iron ore that is shipped from Narvik in Norway and taking Denmark would make it easy to take Norway. Though Germany occupied Denmark, the Danish government was still in control until the 29th of August 1943, when Germany was in direct control militarily of the government. So the government was still, like the Vichy French, the government set up in France during exile, they were in rule until 1943, when Germany cracked down on rules and regulations. That changed and Germany was in direct control. That also could be because of the constructing of the Atlantic Wall, which runs up the coast closest to Britain. It goes all the way up France, Denmark, Norway, Belgium, and Netherlands. So that's probably another reason why. So the government was put out of action in 1943. This resulted in the lives of 26 Danish and 23 more wounded. The loss of 12 planes and 14 more damaged, but only 20 Germans were killed. So this is taking of a country, but it's less than a battle. Battles have lasted way longer than this, but because of the lives of civilian lives lost, going into exile, or being persecuted as Jews or other undesirables, there were still more deaths. Along with 4 tanks and 12 armored cars damaged or destroyed. This was a Danish defeat. They did not take the warning of the other countries and the border control officers. The border was held for a while just by bicycle and motorcycle infantry units. They only had motorcycle and bicycle units closest to the border, and they did not heed the border patrols. When they said they heard armored tanks and cars approaching the border, the government did not heed. So there actually is a really cool movie. Check out April 9th. That's a Denmark. That's a Denmark movie I really like. It's streaming on Amazon Prime, so you can watch that. It's a pretty cool movie. The attack on Norway was planned for that day. So the same day that they took and occupied Denmark, they also went straight for Norway after that. Denmark was liberated on May 5th, 1945. After the invasion of Denmark, an all-volunteer force of Danish Waffen-SS was established. Over 6,000 signed up. So in all these countries, Poland, Norway, Denmark, Netherlands, Belgium, France, Romania, all these places that are occupied by Germany or other Axis powers actually had their own Corps Waffen-SS that signed up as an all-volunteer force, which did help a lot in the German war effort, but apparently not enough. So the Battle of Denmark was very important, and it was needed to take Norway. But there were still thousands of lives lost, being sent to concentration camps, being sent to other undesirable places, being kicked out of your homes, bombing, and the troop transports going in and out there. And just, we all know that living in a war-torn country, invaded, World War I, all these different wars is not fun. So in this situation, Germany has only lost 20 men, and Denmark has only lost 26. So very few lives lost, but it was still torture for the Danish people. And that also meant that a lot of the Danish islands that were controlled were either taken by Germany or put under other countries' rule. thank you for watching. And if you would like to check out any of my other videos, I'll have the link in the description below for Norway, Part 1, 2, and Operation Lebensborn. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, put in the notifications what you think about this whole ordeal, and so comment below if there's anything that I can do to improve, or you have any thoughts or ideas of any videos you would like me to make. So thank you for watching. Next week we will be doing the Invasion of Norway, so hold on tight.